Alright, welcome back to another episode of my cemetery tours with the Graveyard Guy. That's me. I'm your host and local paranormal investigator, Mark Lynn. And this is my Halloween special episode. We're here in historic and haunted Stepney Cemetery here in Monroe, Connecticut. The final resting place to legendary paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. It took a while for me to find Monroe, Connecticut. It took a while for me to even find Stepney Cemetery. And then once I was here, it took me a while to find the final resting place of Ed and Lorraine Warren. But I did it. I'm here. I said their names. I remembered. This one will be a quick overview of the cemetery. It's a small cemetery, but a very beautiful cemetery. Again, Stepney Cemetery here in Monroe, Connecticut. It was a heck of a drive to get down here, but I did it. I found this place, and it's awesome to be here on actually a pretty nice day. Yeah, and this is like you gotta watch out when you come up this road because it has bumps in the middle, so that's the beginning of it. If you and Ed and Lorraine Warren is more like over there, hidden, but you can find it. If you come in through here, watch out because big bump in that road. If bottom of your car hits it, it might not be good, and then it kind of comes back here. But yeah, it's a small to medium-sized cemetery, not too big, but very nice. But yeah, there's an actual Lynn buried here. So again, my last name of Lynn, L-I-N-N, or another name of Lynn, L-Y-N-N, is connected. That's Scottish-Irish name. And who is here? The Lynn that's here. Frederick Lynn. Probably, yeah, his wife, Maria B. Dewey Lynn. And then their daughter, Catherine Charlotte. So it's nice to see a fellow Lynn buried here in New England. But a few years ago, I did go to Valley Street Cemetery in Manchester, New Hampshire. There's Lynns with my name that are connected to me there, L-I-N-N. There's a John and Margaret Lynn there, married, and they're buried there with their son, Thomas Lynn. And the fourth burial is to be his wife, but the records got lost on that. So I do have a few Lynns that are connected to me that are in the New England area, as well as, of course, at Hayes Fearon Cemetery in Beech Creek, Pennsylvania. Also wanted to let people know too that I have something at findagrave.com that I did 15 to almost 20 years ago. You go to findagrave.com, look up Catherine Buckley, Catherine with a C again, look up Catherine Buckley, and the death year of 1912. She is the only third-class Irish passenger on the RMS Titanic to have lost her life at sea in the sinking of the Titanic, but yet her body was recovered and it ended up going to its final destination in the Boston, Massachusetts area, eventually being buried at St. Joseph's Cemetery in West Roxbury, Massachusetts. The reason why I listed that 15 to 20 years ago as Sir Mark Lynn is because I wanted to see if there was any third-class Irish passengers that ended up making it to America and being buried where their final destination was. And Catherine Buckley was the only third-class passenger on the RMS Titanic that died on April 15, 1912 at just 22 years old, made it to her final destination to Boston in the United States of America, and is buried at St. Joseph's Cemetery in West Roxbury, Massachusetts. And you can check that out at findagrave.com. And I might eventually go there and film her stone. When I went there 15, 20 years ago, her stone was not marked. And I believe in 2012, when it was the 100th anniversary of the sinking of the RMS Titanic, is when she finally got her stone. It was amazing. And because of my listing at findagrave.com, local family and relatives knew that she was buried in that area, but they didn't know where. And again, and because of my posting at findagrave.com, they found out where their family member and a loved one was buried and raised money to erect a stone, which I'm glad I could help, and that is awesome. But maybe on another episode, I will go to St. Joseph Cemetery of West Roxbury, Massachusetts to visit Catherine Buckley to show everyone where she's buried. Now again, we're at historical and haunted Stepney Cemetery in Monroe, Connecticut. Small to medium-sized cemetery, but a very beautiful cemetery. If I pan over here in front of me, they got like country pizza, or somebody said if you're hungry, go there. They got pretty good food, so I might do that a little bit later. And it's off the main drag, Main Street, as far as I know that's called, going right through Monroe, Connecticut. But like I said, it took me a while to get down here, and then it took me a while to find Monroe, Connecticut, and then once I did, it took me a while to find Stepney Cemetery. It's off the main road, but yet if you don't look this way, you can easily miss it. And then once I got here, it was a challenge to find where Ed and Lorraine Warren were buried, because even though they're newer modern burials in the last few years, recent times, they're hidden by trees and bushes, and they're like in the old stone burial section. But I'm always up for a challenge, and I'm glad that I found the final resting place of famed and legendary paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. Well, the third and final part of this special Halloween episode will be a quick S-Box Spirit Box session to see if I can get the voices of the spirits of Ed and Lorraine Warren or any other spirits that are passing through this way. Until the next time, my friends, take care, so long, and happy hauntings. And I also want to wish everyone out there a happy Halloween.